Bonjour à tous, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Learn French with Madame. Today we are going to talk about chapitre 7, vocabulaire de la première partie. So we're going to talk about the first part of this vocab. And in this vocab, we are going to talk about things that you're going to need pour faire du camping, to go camping. So we're going to talk about things like a tent and a bathing suit and all of those things like that. Now, this chapter, this part of vocab is going to take a couple parts for our video, so just keep a heads up that this is probably going to be at least 3 parts. All right? So with that, let's go ahead and start. Okay, so dans une grande surface, that's our first word. Une grande surface is a mall. So dans une grande surface means in a mall. So we have au rayon sport, a plein air, and that's just a sports department and outdoor store. You think of like a Dick's Sporting Goods or an Outdoor World, something like that. So our first word that we have is en coupe vent. En coupe vent is a windbreaker. En coupe vent, a windbreaker. So le vent, we learned earlier in the year, was the word for wind. So en coupe vent literally means like a wind cutter. So en coupe vent, windbreaker. All right, so go ahead and repeat that word after me. En coupe vent. Très bien. Up next, we have des maillots de bain. Des maillots de bain are bathing suits, all right? So go ahead and say this word. We're going to say it 2 and then 2. So let's say des maillots de bain. Excellent, all right? Now let's say the whole word. Here we go. On y va. Des maillots de bain. Très bien. Those are bathing suits. Up next, we have des chaussures de randonnée. Des chaussures de randonnée. What do you think those are? Oui, hiking boots. So, des chaussures de randonnée. Go ahead and say those words for me. So, we have des chaussures de randonnée. Très bien. Okay? On continue au rayon sport et plein air. So, we're continuing with that same sports store. We have une tente. Une tente. C'est facile. Une tente is a tent. Okay, up next is une canne à pêche. Une canne à pêche is a fishing pole. Une canne à pêche. Go ahead and repeat that word after me. Une canne à pêche. Très bien. Up next are des jumelles. Des jumelles. Des jumelles are binoculars. Now, careful because also in French, des jumelles are twins. So we have the girl twins. We have des jumeaux, which are boy twins, and des jumelles, which are girl twins and also binoculars. It might help you remember that. That might help you remember that it's binoculars or twins, because if you look at binoculars, they're literally like twin eyes. So hopefully that would help. So we have des jumelles. Our last word on this slide is une glacière. Une glacière, and that's a cooler. Une glacière, a cooler. All right, so go ahead and let's say that last word together. Une glacière. Très bien. Okay, pour faire de la plongée is a new word. So faire de la plongée is to go diving. So pour faire du plongée, we have un masque de plongée. Un masque de plongée are goggles. Un masque de plongée, goggles. All right, let's say those words together. We're going to say 2 words and then 2 words once more. So we're going to say un masque and then de plongée. Très bien. All right, let's say it all together. Un masque de plongée. Excellent. All right, our next one is un tuba. Un tuba is a snorkel. Un tuba is a snorkel. That one's pretty easy to say. Un tuba. Our last one for right now are des palmes. Des palmes are flippers. Des palmes, like when you were a little kid and you used to go to the pool and you'd get like that snorkel and goggle mask set with the flippers. So des palmes are the flippers. All right. Moving on, we have s'amuser, which is the verb to have fun. So s'amuser, we have une planche de surf. Une planche de surf is a skateboard or a surfboard. I'm sorry, a surfboard. So une planche de surf is a surfboard. All right, let's repeat that word together. Une planche de surf. Très bien. Up next is en vélo tout terrain, or for abbreviation, we can call it en VTT. En vélo tout terrain is just a mountain bike. So something that you usually see people riding on off-roads, like on trails or hikes and things like that. So you have en vélo tout terrain. All right, repeat that whole phrase for me. En vélo tout terrain. Excellent. It literally means an all-terrain bike. Up next, we've seen before in a previous chapter is on skate or on skateboard. C'est facile. That one's a skateboard. And the next one is en surf volant. En surf volant is a kite. En surf volant. All right, let's repeat that whole phrase together. Here we go. En surf volant. Très bien. Okay. À la maroquinerie is at the leather shop. Now, this word is usually kind of hard for kids to pronounce, so we're going to say it a couple different times. So I'm going to say it once more, and I want you to say it after me, and then I'll say it once more after that and say it one more time. So you're going to repeat this twice. All right, so we have au maroquinerie. Excellent. All right, here one more time. Au maroquinerie. Très bien, that's the leather shop. So these are items that are usually leather that you would find in a fancy leather shop. The first one that we have are des gants. Des gants. And des gants are gloves. All right, go ahead and say that word for me. Des gants. Très bien. Up next is un portefeuille. Un portefeuille. Un portefeuille is a wallet. Un portefeuille is a wallet. All right, so go ahead and say that word for me. Un portefeuille. Très bien. Next is un porte-monnaie. Un porte-monnaie. Un porte-monnaie is a change purse, like a coin purse. Now, this is just a picture that I found, but they come in different sizes and different shapes. But this is one from my childhood that I used to use as a coin purse. So we have un porte-monnaie, and it's usually made of leather, and you just put your coins in there. All right, so go ahead and say this word for me. So it's un porte-monnaie. Très bien. And our last one, c'est pour les filles. This is more for the girls. We have un sac and un sac à main. So un sac is just a bag, but un sac à main is a handbag, like a purse. So un sac à main is a purse. All right, so we're going to go ahead and say this last one too before we move on. We're going to just say it as the whole phrase. All right, here we go. Un sac à main. Excellent. All right, so continuing at the leather shop au maroquinerie, we have une ceinture, which we learned in our last set of vocab. Une ceinture, which is a belt. Une ceinture. And our last one on here, we have un parapluie. Un parapluie is an umbrella. Un parapluie. All right, so go ahead and say that last word for me. Say un parapluie. Très bien, excellent. Okay, so au rayon bijouterie. So now we're at the jewelry store. You can just say au bijouterie instead of saying au rayon bijouterie. It just depends on how fancy you want to be. All right, so we're going to go through and say this word first, and then we'll get on to un collier and une chaîne. So we have au rayon bijouterie. Très bien. All right, one more time. We're just going to say au bijouterie. All right, here we go. Au bijouterie. Très bien. Okay, next we have un collier. Un collier is a necklace. Un collier is a necklace. Now, this is kind of bad, but a way that I tell kids to remember this is to kind of think that it looks like a collar. So, un collier would hopefully hopefully make you remember that un collier is a necklace. All right, and then next we have une chaîne, which is pretty easy to remember because it almost looks like the word in English. Une chaîne is a chain. Une chaîne. All right, so we're going to say these two words and then we'll move on. So that first word, we're going to say un collier, and then we'll say une chaîne. All right, so répétez après moi. Repeat after me. Un collier. Excellent. Et une chaîne. Très bien. Okay, so now we're still at the jewelry store. We're still au bijouterie, but we have une bague. Une bague. Et ça, c'est une bague. It's a ring. Une bague is a ring. All right. Our next one are des boucles d'oreilles. Des boucles d'oreilles are earrings. Des boucles d'oreilles. Think of like ear buckles because oreille is the word for ear and boucle is the word for buckle. So des boucles d'oreilles are ear buckles. It helps you remember it. All right. So let's go ahead and repeat this word together. All right. I'll say it and then you say it. So répétez après moi. Des boucles d'oreilles. Très bien. All right. So des boucles d'oreilles are earrings. Next is une montre. Une montre is a watch. Une montre. So go ahead, repeat this word, and then we'll talk about un bracelet in a second. So go ahead and répétez une montre. Très bien. Et la dernière pour cette page, the last one on this page, c'est un bracelet. C'est facile. That one's easy. Un bracelet is a bracelet. Un bracelet. Excellent. Okay, we are almost done for right now, but still at the bijouterie. We're still at the jewelry store. We're getting a little bit more specific. So we have une bague en or. Une bague en or is a ring made of gold. So en or means made of gold. So really, there's only a couple new words on here. We've already learned and just went over the word for une bague, a ring. But now we're talking about how to describe that ring and be specific. Is it made of gold? Is it made of silver? Is it made of diamonds? What does it have on it? So the only words that you really need to worry about are the last couple words, the last two words. So en and then that word after it. So we have en or, which means made of gold. The next one we have is une bague en diamant. So a ring made of diamonds. So en diamant means made of diamonds. And then en argent. En argent is made of silver. So une bague en argent, made of silver. All right. Et c'est tout. That's all of the vocab that I wanted to go over for today. I know that was a lot of vocab, but this chapter seems to be packed full of it. So make sure that you go through and rewatch this video if you need to. Pause it, rewatch it many times as you need to. Et si vous avez des questions, envoyez-moi un email. Mais c'est tout pour aujourd'hui et à plus.